Encountering ghosts is no easy matter. Experiencing terrifying events or living in a somewhat mysterious atmosphere with others may be an unforgettable experience, especially if it leads to the tragic suicide of someone you know. This is precisely what Noor went through in our story. Noor, now in her late 20s, recalls her time as an engineering student at university, where she had to leave her rural home to reside in the city dormitory, a period marked by her most challenging experience ever. Upon completing her dormitory paperwork, Noor was assigned a bed in a room with four other girls. They quickly became friends. One night, one of the girls spoke about how her cousin was exorcised of a possessing spirit. The girls were divided between belief and skepticism. Suddenly, they heard knocking on the window. They all fell silent with apparent dread. After all, they were on the third floor. Who could be knocking on their window? Noor describes how they froze in place until one of them suggested they leave the room, reciting verses from the Quran. They couldn't sleep that night. The next morning, they spoke to the dormitory supervisor, who thought they were playing a prank. The supervisor inspected the window and noted there was no way someone could have stood there, dismissing the incident as mere fear-induced imagination. Several days passed without incident, and the girls started to believe it was a figment of their imagination, although it seemed unlikely for all of them to share the same hallucination. One day, while they were studying, one of the girls suddenly ran out of the bathroom, screaming hysterically that something was there to kill them all. The supervisor came and called an ambulance as the girl had a nervous breakdown. That night, they stayed awake, uncertain if their conversation had opened a door for dark entities to visit and torment them. The following day, Noor stayed up late to study while the other girls slept. She suddenly heard scratching sounds on the wall and saw the doorknob turning as if someone was trying to enter. She quickly played the Quran and woke the other girls, who described having disturbing nightmares. Worse, they found scratch marks on their bodies and felt a hand touch their hair. They decided it was best to find accommodation outside the dormitory to understand what was happening. Before they left, the dormitory supervisor apologized and shared the haunting history of their room. She explained that a girl with a leg disability once lived there and faced relentless bullying, leading her to hang herself in that very room. Noor and the girls never figured out if their experiences were connected to the tragic girl, but they knew it wasn't their imagination. They left the town, but the experience remained etched in their memories forever.